Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us to support working animals giving service to kids, otherwise known as WAGs for Kids. I'm Monica Robbins, and I don't have to tell you what a crazy, unbelievable year this has been. I missed last year's event because, well, when it took place, I was waking up from brain surgery. I miss my buddy Nick Walzak and Turner talking to you about how WAGs changed their lives. And sadly, I have to tell you that Nick lost Turner this past February. But the impact they made on each other, oh, that's never going to fade away. So I just thought I'd keep their picture behind me tonight to remind me of how important this organization is and the impact that they made in each other's lives. This is a night where we can all truly make a difference. Last year, WAGs had a record year. They placed dogs with 10 families in Northeast Ohio. This year, because of and in spite of the pandemic, 4 families have already received service dogs, and the hope is to unite 2 more families with dogs by December. The pandemic, though, has devastated organizations and charities that depend on donations to survive and provide the critical services that they do. But in the WAGs world, it was a bit worse. Shelters emptied, schools closed, and prisons were shut down. These are the places where these dogs obtain that incredible training by inmates. And let me take a minute to tell you about some of these inmates. I've met several members of the Cell Dog Training Program in both Marion and at Grafton Correctional Facilities. When I woke up from brain surgery, I was virtually blind, and it took a couple of months for my vision to return. When I finally started opening those Get Well cards, one of them hit me to the core. You know, it had been about 3 years since Nick Walzak, Turner, and I had gone to Grafton to meet some of the inmates and talk to them about the program. Well, I opened a card, and believe it or not, it was a sympathy card. And I thought, okay, who's the smarty pants who would send something like this? But on the front of it, there was a post note, and it said, "So sorry, but this was the only card we could get." There was about 25 signatures of inmates from Grafton Correctional, most of whom were with the WAGs program. Just think about that for a second. These people cared enough to send a reporter they met once a Get Well card. I will keep that card the rest of my life because it reminds me of the impact we can make on one another in just a short amount of time, and also the value of kindness. Now, this pandemic has been incredibly difficult for kids in need, especially those who need routine, and even more so for those kids with compromised immune systems. The request for psychiatric service dogs has tripled since the beginning of the year. But here's what you really need to know. WAGs lost 80% of their budget because fundraisers and speaking engagements had to be canceled. So your donations are needed now more than ever to keep these critical programs going. Now, we have to offer our deepest thanks to key supporters who kept everything going during this difficult time. So Leona Osrin, the Lerner Foundation, First Energy Foundation, Smart Local 33, Tito's Handmade Vodka, the foster families who took in service dogs when there was nowhere else to go, the WAGs families, and the community members who truly understand the impact that service dogs make to kids who need them. Now, you know, tonight you got to keep a sharp eye on all those auction items. We've got everything from trips to Chautauqua and Napa, beautiful jewelry, sports collectibles, and let's just say some spirited concoctions. So remember, you have to register on the website, and since bidding has been going on for about a week, you only have a short time left to get that item you've been watching. And all of the money you help raise with the silent auction and the live auction items will be used for mission critical services like food, housing, veterinary care, supplies, and countless hours of professional training that go into preparing a service dog for placement with a child. So get your fingers ready to click and sit back and enjoy the next hour of making a difference. Because even though we're at home, the show must go on. So I touched upon a few things that WAGs does, but I think this next video will help you truly understand the importance of this organization. Please watch.
I was in an accident when I was 17 that caused a traumatic brain injury.
I've got 2 autistic boys. I want our kids to be able to experience things that other kids do.
We went on our first family vacation to Cedar Point, which is extremely loud, extremely chaotic, and we did great, didn't we?
Yeah, because of our dog, Cece.
WAGS is a program that pairs kids like me that either have a mental disability or a physical disability with a service dog like Noah. It makes me more steady to have him next to me and to hold on to his brace.
He comes over to her, gives her some attention, and he's able to cope with all the noise and everything around him again.
Jacob hasn't slept on his own for about 3 years. Actually, the first night we got Riken, slept with the dog in the room, started sleeping the normal 8 to 9, 10 hours now sometimes.
Kayla was born with mitochondrial disease. He became attuned to her metabolic crises and was able to alert us if she's not doing well.
We start to understand the different personalities and the different tasks the dogs need to perform for a certain kid. We really start to craft the dog for that child.
Sit.
We have some dogs that need to do full task work. We have some dogs that, need to learn how to open a refrigerator and bring a bottle of water.
We work with inmates in Grafton and Mansfield Correctional Institution and teach them to train service dogs for kids with disabilities.
This program gives the guys a feeling of worth. You can overcome pretty much anything if you have self-value.
Who here helped train this dog?
And it gives them a chance to give back to the community and do something that helps them prepare for when they get out. And while incarcerated, I guess I just did a good job, and the moment I stepped out, I had a job. You take an 8-week-old puppy and you mold it into this special thing, and just see how it's going to be able to help one of these kids. It's pretty amazing.
If she wasn't here, I wouldn't be me.
Yeah, we pretty much take him everywhere. He's part of the family.
He brought me responsibility, happiness, love, and companionship.
We came out for the WAGS for Kids 5K just to be able to raise awareness so that WAGS for Kids continues on. We were one of the first families to have a dog placed with us. AJ came into our lives, and at that point Miles couldn't speak. He couldn't walk. Just his presence in our house and the connection he had with Miles helped him overcome those barriers. It's an amazing process of the people that train the dogs, love the dogs, and then give them away to families that need them.
I hope that gave you a better understanding of why we need your help tonight. But there's another reason. This organization is fueled by family passion. Last year, Wendy handed over the proverbial leash to her daughter, Sarah, to run the organization that Wendy and her husband, Ed, started in 2004. And of course, Sarah has been part of this since the very beginning. But she is now determined to not only keep it going, but also to make it grow.
Hello and welcome to the 5th Annual W.A.G.S.inCLE Night Out Gala. The show must go on. We are very sorry that we can't truly be together tonight, and yet so grateful that we could come together as a community in this way and so many ways throughout this embattled year of trials and tribulations. From the Mac and Cheese Throwdown back in February to our virtual Wonder Run 5K in August and countless other ways in between, you have proven to me and to us at WAGS what it is to be a community that always stands together and never quits. You've proven what it is to be a Clevelander. Things have definitely changed since last year. One thing hasn't, and we couldn't need you more. To that end, I have to thank the amazing staff, volunteers, and board members at WAGS who've weathered this storm with me. You are my family, and you are the story and the future of WAGS for Kids. COVID has canceled events and services across the country, causing us to lose 80% of our funding. It has shut down schools, shelters, and lock down our prison system. Thanks go to the staff and inmate trainers at Grafton Correctional and Mansfield Correctional Institutions, most especially our appointed inmate program assistants, who took on new leadership roles during quarantine, leading classes and reporting weekly to WAG's staff. Thanks to our foster families, who stepped up when we otherwise had nowhere to house these precious pups when quarantine struck 24 hours after adopting brothers Scout and Rebel, now 8 months old and excelling at their training, with little Libby, Ace, and Stella nipping at their heels. I choose to practice gratitude. And so, with little time to waste, let me keep this short and say, I am grateful to you for being here, for keeping us going, for the kids relying on their service dogs now more than ever, for all of the kids who have called me begging for their service dog to be ready just a little bit earlier, for the 4 kids out of a pipeline of over 100 we've been able to partner WAG service dogs with this year despite everything standing in our way, for the kids that haven't even discovered us yet. In the last 6 months, we've seen a drastic increase in the number of applications related to mental health diagnoses. It has nearly tripled. If this is to be our next bridge to build towards early intervention in the lives of children with special needs, then bring it on. We welcome the challenge. Thanks to partners such as Tito's Handmade Vodka, First Energy Foundation, Smart Local 33, Nature Stone Flooring, Bill Jack Foods, Big Creek Pet Hospital, the Lerner Foundation, MPB Foundation, Corinne Eldodero Foundation, the Zappas Charitable Fund, Embrace Pet Insurance, TPI Efficiency, Groundworks Land Design, Ready Equipment, and many more, including local heroes and Kids Who Can, Ava Marguerite Moore, Miss Montgomery County, and Rocky River High School. We know we have what it takes to stand up together as a community when it means the most. Many things stopped on March 15th. In fact, it felt as if much of the world came to a halt. And yet, here we are, like you and your amazing families, putting one paw in front of the other. We won't stop helping these kids. Their voices on the other end of the phone echo louder in my mind's eye than any adrenaline rush I will ever feel. I know you know. You've felt the impact. You've seen the huge transformations and the little magic moments that each service dog brings to their child and to their family. Moments that we look forward to bringing to you tonight. Moments that see them lifted up to their most joyful lives. And without you, your love, your support, your donations, words of encouragement and cheerleading, none of this would be possible. I'm frankly relying on you, watching this, to help us continue to be here when the call for help comes from the next family, and the one after that, and the one after that. WAGS needs you now. I will never be able to say it enough. Thank you for everything.
Hello and good evening. My name is Sarah Nelson. I'm the Executive Director of WAGS for Kids.
I'm Wendy Cran. I was the founder many years ago of WAGS for Kids. I'm also her mom.
It would have come out eventually. Cheers, Mama.
Oh, good. Cheers to all our fans out there, all our watchers. Let's have a good evening together.
Yes. Thank you to everybody.
And Tito's.
And Tito's for being one of our sponsors, and especially for sponsoring those delicious 5-course meals that we were able to deliver earlier tonight. We're going to get started with our art, clothing, jewelry, watches, health, and beauty. So please join us in enjoying all of this beauty. We're going to get started with our carousel piece.
My favorite thing, and I found it at an art show. Jeanette Bill Cole is the artist, and I just love this. I'm a very big fan of watercolor. I think it's a wonderful rendition of this beautiful horse. Perfect, I think, for a child's bedroom, and I hope somebody loves it as much as I do.
I really love it too. We actually got it donated at a flea market. It's a local artist too, so if you really enjoy supporting local, please do bid on this piece. We also, from another local artist, have this beautiful multimedia piece. It is a Misty Copeland oil painting, and if anybody isn't familiar with Misty Copeland, then I'm guessing you aren't familiar with ballet, she's incredibly famous in the ballet world. She's actually one of the only African-American female ballerinas. So this not only is supporting the multimedia art world, but it's also supporting Misty Copeland as a ballerina. And it was also created by Alexis Ziemski, who is a local artist here in Cleveland. She's been a very active photographer in the Cleveland area, and I do very much encourage you to check out her website at alexisziemski.com. You'll be able to check out not just her amazing photography of ballerinas and landscapes across Cleveland, but this is one of the very few art pieces that she did of the amazing ballerina that she was able to meet in person at the time and allowed her to paint her portrait. So please do check out this piece.
And next?
Next we have the Bagolini.
Well, I found this because I was going on a trip, and this is a Bagolini close body bag, and it's perfect for people who travel. It fits very close to the body. Bagolini is very well known for this shape and configuration of a lightweight bag for travel. It comes tonight with a Vera Bradley scarf, which I think is just beautiful, and in addition, Privé Revaux, which is I love these two. I bought them for myself as well. I want to show you a little trick about the case. When you take the glasses out and you have the case to put in your bag, it actually folds flat. And I never saw a case for sunglasses that folds like this.
I think we actually have a purse to go with that. Did you want to talk about the Dooney and Burke Summer Essentials too?
Absolutely. There's a separate set of these same sunglasses that come with the Dooney and Burke bag. This is somebody's next favorite summer bag for next summer. Summer will be coming soon, and Dooney and Burke is one of the finest names in ladies' leather goods, so I hope you'll bid on that as well.
I actually have a purse very similar to that in the same shape, and I used it every single day all summer long. It was the perfect shape. I didn't lose anything at the bottom, ladies, which I think is the key to owning any great bag.
Right. We'll show you inside. Lots of good
It's really
storage.
beautiful.
Right. Are you going to show this?
Our next item actually is the DSW package, which talk about travel. I think we're all looking to get away soon, and I would love this bag.
It's a duffel with the DSW. It's sort of a signature with them, the black and white. It holds a lot for a weekend of travel. But it also comes tonight with a lunch sack, which is very nice to have, and the bonus, a shopping spree. There's $100 in DSW gift cards. So not just ladies, but gentlemen too. Go get a new pair of Nikes. Anybody can use and enjoy this.
Kids just came back to school. I'm sure everybody's looking for a few pairs of new shoes. It's at least something to help keep us happy.
Absolutely.
So we also have, yes, the Kate Spade bag, which Wendy was gesturing for me to show you.
Love
this
bag.
is gorgeous. It's definitely good for the winter.
It's
perfect
really
shape.
a four-season bag. It really is.
And yes, it has the strap inside for you to play with if you wish. And again, perfect. You won't lose anything at the bottom. And it does, I believe, have a little side pocket for you to use as well.
It has a slip pocket on the side.
So I'm not going to play with it too much. I don't want to get, we're wearing gloves for a reason.
Yes.
But this is gorgeous. So all of these items that we've shown you so far are under the art and clothing sections of our bidding site. So please do take advantage of those. If you're perusing alphabetically, that's beautiful. Otherwise, do take a look at the art and clothing sections. The next thing that I'm looking forward to showing you is our jewelry. The first thing is the convertible, the convertible half-carat blue and white heart necklace.
So I'm showing this personally because if anybody is watching who wants to get me a Christmas present, this is my most favorite piece of jewelry.
I think that's a hint from me. Is that a hint from me?
I don't know. Could be. So it's white and blue diamonds, and my gloves are making this a little tricky. But it is convertible in that you can wear just the blue diamond center, just the white diamond heart shape, or you can wear them together. So 3 different ways. I think it's a beautiful piece. Look good on anybody. Me too.
Yep, they come really easily off the chain. It's really beautiful. The next piece that we have for you are the diamond and sterling silver huggy earrings. It's a really classic piece. There's nothing better than just a really nice huggy pair of earrings. We have the huggy earrings both in the diamond and the peridot, so whichever ones you choose, you really can't go wrong. And they're just 2 really beautiful pieces that we have for you. The other version that you see Wendy showing off next to the convertible piece is the puffed sapphire necklace.
This is blue and white sapphires, really beautiful, very three-dimensional, and it comes on a double chain, which makes it sort of extra special and interesting. And we hope somebody enjoys it as much as we have had showing it tonight.
Absolutely. One item that I don't think we need to encourage anyone to bid on is the or pause ring, though. I've seen several bids already go in for that.
I wish I had a size 7 finger, because this is a size 7 ring, but it is sterling silver, 18 karat gold.
Spinners?
Spinners, that's the word.
Something to keep you busy during the workday.
Spinners. And 1, 2, 3 citrine stones in the center, and it really is a beautiful piece.
Definitely an everyday wear. And then this item is probably one of my favorites. I got one for don't tell my fiance, I got him one for Christmas. But this is really classic for anyone who loves all the all organic, all natural nature of just life. This is 100% organic materials, and they're really beautiful. So
it's a wood-faced watch.
It's a wood-faced watch. It is a men's wood-faced watch. So please check this out for yourself if you're a woman who just likes a large-faced watch, or for your significant other, or if you're a guy, for yourself.
Yeah.
So those are all of our jewelry and watch pieces. Before we send you off to learn more stories from our amazing families, I just want to quickly point out our health and beauty items. This one, I think I need to get for my fiance, or frankly, anybody who has some real sports massage needs. If you're someone who's, I don't know how, but if you're someone who has collected a lot of stress in your life lately, this would be a wonderful item. It's actually not as intimidating as it looks. It's just a wonderful massager for you to take home, and it does have a lot of wonderful attachments. So each one of these, it charges up, and you can just have a wonderful massage night.
And a massage gun is a different kind of deep tissue stimulation, particularly for sports addicts. You could use that on Sunday afternoon.
On Sunday afternoon,
right,
for just all of those deep knots that you can't seem to get out. It's a wonderful item. This is probably my favorite. I hope somebody bids on this. We have 2 one-hour private massages, and they come to your home. You can choose to go there, but thank you so much to Veronica Ray, who donated 2 of these, and she comes to your home. Very few restrictions apply.
Right.
Please bid and frequently.
Yeah.
And then before I send you off, we also have 2 of these up for bid. This is the true white whitener for anybody who, like me, has some coffee stains.
And I use it, and I have very white teeth. Oh, and last,
we do have our Ray-Bans.
We always get a pair of Ray-Bans every year, and these are the classic Clubmaster. They're good for men or women, very fashion forward in their classic style, and we love Ray-Ban for giving them to us.
And now more with Monica.
Earlier, I touched on the families that have received service dogs from WAGS, but I think they can help give you a better understanding of the life-changing impact the dog has had on their child and why you need to help keep it going.
making Michael's life better.
This is our son Aiden and his sidekick Buster. We've had Buster since February 2020, and it has been one of the best things that could have happened to Aiden and our family as a whole. For the most part, these two are inseparable, though there are times where Aiden just wants to be on his own and times when Buster just wants to be on his own. This is definitely a friendship that has grown every day that they've been together. Buster has helped Aiden become a little more confident, less anxious, and even a little more focused at school. We are so glad we were able to find WAGs basically right in our backyard. The support we received from both Wendy and Sarah through this whole process has been phenomenal. In addition, the training that we received from Lisa on how to command Buster, how to help Buster help Aiden, has been great over these past 8 months. The best thing is, if we need assistance, WAGS is just a phone call away. Lisa, Sarah, Wendy, always available whenever we need them. We've only begun to scratch the surface of what Aiden will be able to accomplish with the assistance of Buster, and for that, we are forever grateful to WAGS. We will continue to support this organization for as long as we possibly can, well beyond Buster's years, I'm sure.
So good to have you guys back.
And cheers. I'm enjoying a Tito's martini, I have to say.
Tito's is really the best.
I know. So I hope you're home joining us.
So we are back with what I like to call the sports and more section of this. So I hope you're ready for us. And by the way, before we roll into our silent auction item section, I need to call your attention to our featured item section, because while this was a last minute surprise, I'm really shocked and amazed that we haven't gotten any bids. And I must emphasize, any bids on this signed Kobe Bryant jersey. Yeah.
He won't be signing anymore.
Yeah, not going to be signing anymore.
No.
So this does come with a COA, and while we have it, I suggest you grab it.
Yeah,
So please go check out the featured item section. We will be getting to it later, but I'm going to leave it there for you to take a look at it and draw your attention in the meantime to our blow-up kayak. Anybody that wants to take me paddling in this, I'm in.
I think this is a one-man.
Is it?
It's a one-man. Sit down.
Okay, then I'm in your lap. But either way.
Okay. It's really a great summer activity. And I have to tell you, I went online to get one for myself after the season was over to find a bargain, and there were none. And I think that's, we can thank COVID for that. All this outdoor sports stuff is very expensive now. So this is a great deal. Opening bid is a great deal. I think somebody should snatch it up. And we also include, we bought separately to include.
So you don't need to rent the gross ones.
Nope, you don't have to rent the gross ones. Okay.
You just get to go out by yourself.
Right.
So we do have this. We also, thank you so much to Ethos Hospitality. We got a Dixon amateur endorsement for all of our fun-loving golfers out there. So this package includes a sleeve of Dixon golf balls, one Dixon divot tool, a hat, 50% off all golf gear at DixonGolf.com, and a social media spotlight so you can brag to your friends about how completely awesome you are. Oh, hello,
That's
little
Louie.
one.
Come here, Louie. Come here.
About how completely awesome you are, and that is our Dixon golf package. We also, if we can show everybody, we had some custom-made WAGs for Kids cornhole boards made. Thank you so much to my neighbor, Jim, who actually donated the boards themselves. And these actually glow when you flip the switch. There were lights that were also attached to these. So you get to play all fall long.
Gwen's going to bring one out. This is great.
Okay, yeah, sure. and it's an amazing, amazing item. I don't think you can be more of a fan of Wags for Kids until you own these. So thank you so much to my neighbor Jim and frankly, my fiance Brandon for attaching the lights.
Yeah.
They're really something special, and you will very much enjoy these. We also have, and this is one of my favorite items. Oh, it's right over there. This is a signed Kenny Lofton photo that I can authenticate because I had him sign it at the captain's game during the All-Star weekend last
were
year.
there.
And that is a GV Artwork Kenny Lofton shirt.
It was a
So-
limited edition for his time in Cleveland.
Yes, for his
that's
time
there
in
too.
Cleveland.
And
So
the T-shirt is size.
I think it's a large.
It's a large.
It's a large. So that's very much unisex. It's something, ladies, that you can slip on, just wear to bed, wear for day, or for guys, it's definitely a unisex size. We also have 2 car detailings. I know that there are already bids going on these. I started seeing those bids go in probably at the beginning of the week, so please.
I was the first bid. My car's a mess.
Bid frequently on those. And for those that also are becoming obsessive about keeping their houses clean, because let's face it, we're spending a heck of a lot more time in them, we also have the D-Bot. Now, Wendy, how much do you love your D-Bot?
Wendy loves her D-Bot a lot.
So not only do we have a D-Bot, but we were able to get an Alexa-controlled D-Bot. So while the one that she's showing you is hers, the one in the box is the one that you get to say, yo, Alexa, go sweep my floors.
Okay.
And that's basically the end of that. It will
Mine's
take care
5 years old, still runs perfectly.
Really?
Just so you know.
Yep.
Yep.
And she doesn't have to vacuum her house. Who
Yep.
would like to stop vacuuming their house?
Okay.
Yep, me too. All right. The next item that we have to show you under electronics is our 14-inch HP laptop. I actually just got my HP laptop, and this is after 10 years of having a Toshiba. I love my HP. I have fallen in love with a laptop, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't say anything more than that.
Yep.
Next item up is, I love this. Does anybody else watch Shark Tank? I saw this on Shark Tank. This is a multi-function phone sterilizer. Basically, when I'm allowed to touch it, I would open it up and stick my phone in it and close it and hit the button, and it would sterilize the phone for me.
It does keys. Whatever fits in there, it will sterilize. It's a great gadget to have.
It's amazing. And I
Yep.
think we're all a little sensitive about germs these days, so that's really cool.
Right.
All of these, by the way, are under electronics. We started with sporting goods. The 2 items were under memorabilia. Obviously, we covered autos and boats. And then the next item on our electronics list is the tile trackers. I am very famous for not knowing where my keys, my phone, my wallet.
I'm very famous for not knowing where my keys.
I'm very famous for not knowing. Gwen, where's my keys?
Call my phone. Yep.
So the tile is what you attach to your keys, your phone, your wallet, your, I don't know, your shoes, so you know where you left them.
There's an assortment of sizes and gadgets that are all tile friendly, so you can slip one in your wallet like you would a credit card.
Exactly. And just in case you're worried that by losing your phone and your keys, you wouldn't be able to find any of it, on the back of the box, it does specify that it does emit a signal so that you would be able to basically find everything all at once.
When you're totally lost.
Exactly, like us. The next item up is the VR. This is really cool. Brandon actually showed me how to use one once, and we wound up losing 2 hours of our lives to it because it was really fun to use. So I highly, highly suggest, if you have not tried virtual reality, that you get woke.
Virtual reality sunglasses, okay.
Yes, they're very cool. And I don't think anybody could miss this beautiful 58-inch 4K HDR smart TV. It comes with all the apps. It comes with all the hookups.
Right.
It even comes with the ability to cast to it. It's really, it's one to take advantage of.
We have the carpet and the camera.
We do. So those are our electronics. If you want to take advantage of some photography in your life, one of our good friends of the organization, I don't know if I know a more generous man. Thank you so much, Matthew Hoffert. He has donated a $750 package, and this man does everything. He does professional headshots. He does wedding photography. He does engagement photography. He does senior shots. He does, I don't know what he doesn't do. And $750 will, if you take a look at the shots online, it'll show you everything that $750 gets you. It gets you not only the time with him, but the actual professional shots themselves too, and it'll show you the different grades of depending on what package you select, how much it actually gets you. Trust me, it gets you a lot.
And then for the person who wants to take their own photos, we have the waterproof. It isn't like an underwater camera, but it is water resistant. So for riding a bike in the rain or taking pictures outside, it's taking a camera to the beach. It's a great feature. And we can't forget our good friend Eddie Winter.
No, we can't. Before I run out of time, Eddie donated a house cleaning. This is good through October of next year. Yep. And so I want everybody to take a look at this. He's a fabulous man who frankly does a fabulous job at what he does. So everybody please take advantage of this. And before we run out of time for this segment, I just want to quickly highlight the two amazing yard packages, one by two good friends of ours, Foster Daddy and fabulous landscaper. Daniel is your West Side guy. He's going to be doing your working on the yard West Side package from Daniel's Landscaping. And then our fabulous friends, the Crowleys, have donated from Enlightened Landscapes, and they are your go-to guys for the East Side. It can be kept for a spring cleanup as well if you have already completed your fall cleanup. And of course, Wendy.
My favorite thing, and the flames created in paper by me, but this is a wall fireplace unit, and it comes with all the attachments to hang it on the wall. It's a fuel-oiled, you don't need logs or coals or anything like that, and it's a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I hope somebody finds a great spot for it in their home.
Now more with Mo.
For those of you who attended last year, you met Michelle Rapanovic, who was the featured speaker and talked about the impact Claire made on her daughter, Aubrey. Well, many of you asked for an update, so here you go.
I think every WAGS moment is a favorite moment. But I do believe, hands down, it would be the moment that my daughter met Claire. When Aubrey refused to walk into Grafton the day we got Claire, she refused to do anything that day. She wouldn't walk to the car. She wouldn't get in the car. She wouldn't do anything, despite the fact she was excited and knew we were going to get her dog. But the moment we walked in the room and she sat down and they brought Claire to her, she instantly changed. And the bond between those two, from that moment, has been life-altering for all of us. We've had Claire now just over a year. July made a year. And Aubrey, when we got Claire, still was not speaking in full sentences, full conversation. She's been in speech since she was 16 months old. And we were still in the, what'd she just say? Did you get that? She is speaking in complete stories, complete conversations. Her first day back at school in person was this last Tuesday. And she was so excited to go, and she got in the car afterwards and she told me all about her day. And that is the first time she has been in the same school with the same teacher for 3 years. And that's the first time I have ever had her be able to tell me about her day. They started with the hello song. She got to see her friend Matthew. They gave her cereal for snack, and they gave her milk, but she didn't want milk. So she told them no, she wanted water. Like, this is how our 20-minute conversation went on the way home. And it was just, we had not experienced that before. And the one thing I can say helped attribute to that is Claire. She took ownership of Claire and wanting to be able to command Claire, and it pushed her harder. It gave her the confidence she needed to work towards those speech goals and being able to have these conversations. And she very recently has been working on her K sounds, her cuss sounds. And so now she very deliberately, Claire, come. Like things that before, I mean, even in the last month sounded like Claire dumb. Well, no dog's gonna come to that. But now Claire responds to her and she gets such a moment of joy and excitement and pride. And I think it pushes her further, and transitions going from one setting to another with Claire by her side have been so much easier. We don't have to carry her in anywhere. We don't have to fight her to get out of the car. And, you know, before we leave the house, Claire coming? Yes, Claire's coming. And she happily goes. And so just overall, it has made night and day difference. I mean, it truly, when I say it has changed our life, it has not only changed hers, but it has changed the entire life of the family and the things that we as a family are able to now do that a year and a half ago we weren't able to. Mitchell, do you like having Claire Bear as part of our family?
Yep.
What's the best part of having Claire?
Well, that she helps my little sister, Aubrey.
What's your favorite thing about Claire?
Well, that she's a great help to Aubrey, and well, mostly that she's calm. And she helps Aubrey a lot.
A lot. What's the biggest change you've noticed in Aubrey since getting Claire?
That, well, she's happier than with the pets.
Is it easier for you to see the doctor and be comfortable now that you have Claire with you?
Yeah.
Yes. What's your favorite thing to do with Claire? Playing.
Outside. Hey, Dad.
You're going to tell them first what you forgot last time?
No.
Oh.
Hi. So we're back with basically everything else. So if I haven't said it before, go check it out. First, let's start with all of our appliances. So we're starting with the appliance section. The first item that I want to point out is the Coleman, which I think my mom is trying to sneak into my stocking this year.
Bid on it.
Followed by the air fryer, which for anybody who likes fried food but doesn't like the calories associated with it, this is definitely your item. Other than that, and continuing down this path of everything that we want to eat and drink, I definitely suggest that if you haven't been able to take a tour of the Cleveland Whiskey Distillery, tonight is your night to take advantage of that. It's a party of up to 20, which I understand social distancing wise, we're not gonna be able to do 20 yet, but you can either choose to save it and do the full party of 20, or they will make social distancing accommodations. So we do have that certificate for you tonight. I am so grateful to Manati's for doing this for us. If you can't tell, booze is sort of our middle name. And if anybody has been to our events in the past, we usually have as a side raffle basket our whiskey. And this year we decided to just turn them all into raffle baskets. So if anybody's a true appreciator of fine whiskey, we do have our whiskey basket right here that has some real good ones. Angel's Envy is a really good one, as is the Glenmore, and really just everything in here is really good. We have our Liquor 43. Has anybody heard of a little beer shot?
Right.
If anybody hasn't had a little beer shot, just pour that in there with a little bit of heavy cream, and you'll get drunk in 3.
And they're served in little beer shot glasses.
Little beer shot glasses. We also, Eric, if you wouldn't mind, we have our wine basket over here, and special thanks to Manati's, who provides us all of the alcohol. They donated everything. Outside of the Girl Scout cookies, that was a separate donation. Thank you so much to Michelle Rapanovic. So you can have your cake and eat it too.
Right.
So
pee pad?
We can do the puppy pee pad. Would you like to talk about that?
This is for indoor pottying for apartment dwellers or people who are gone from their home for very long periods of time, who have small animals at home, that you might be better off having them have a safe and clean spot to relieve themselves so you don't have to worry. And it comes with deodorizer and sanitizer, and it's a wonderful gadget for little dogs who you may be having trouble housebreaking.
Now, speaking of gadgets, I think you need to brag a little bit about this big dog basket, though.
I collect things for this basket all year long. And when I find something that I think is worthy of our dog basket, we get it. This is an orthopedic zippered large dog bed, so you can watch it. We also have a little sister's dog bed down there. But the feature that I want to talk about is this wonderful puppy gate, which is also very tall for very big dogs. And the special feature on this one is that it's foot activated. You can have your hands full, press on the little lever with your foot, and the door opens, which is very unusual. It also comes with just bags and bags of toys and treats, and from our sponsors at Bill Jack, from Pet Supplies Plus, all the good people who we do business with for our dogs in training have helped us out with this great package.
They really, they help us out every year, and I don't think we could do what we do without them, so I'm really grateful. A couple items that I know everybody's going to want to take advantage of is our gift card basket, which is just straight out $475 worth of just goodies. This is
Myers is $100, Lowe's is $50. You can shop and shop and shop.
Everybody take advantage of it. And these are two good ones going into winter to take advantage of them. Thank you so much to the Laskowski Agency and to Nationwide Insurance, who both just really understand what it means to stay safe throughout the entire year, but especially during winter. So we very much appreciate them. In terms of things to do, I know we're all itching to get out and take advantage of activities. We have a bunch of memberships and tickets to take advantage of. There's Go Ape, which if anybody hasn't been there before, it's super fun. There's zip lining and climbing and just a whole bunch of stuff to do. There's the International Women's Air and Space Museum, which if you haven't been there, it's fabulous. It's right down there by Burke Airport, I apologize. It's a beautiful place. And we also have passes to the Ohio State Reformatory and gift cards to go along with that, so you can make it a real road trip. It's actually right down the street from the second place that we train our service dogs, which is at Mansfield Correctional, and of course it's where Shawshank was filmed. But the real gem of this segment, thank you so much, Lisa George.
4 years in a row.
4 years in a row.
This is hand-built dollhouse, and
It's like my gnome away from
That's
Nome.
what she called it, the gnome home, and that's her rendition this year. I'm going to spin it around. I mean, you can see here the wishing well. Lisa said that's where all the magic for the gnomes comes from, is up the wishing well, across the yard, and into the home. Here. And you can see that it's lit, and also in the back.
She makes all of these pieces by hand.
All the details are handmade. It's really a collector's item, and I know the people who bid on this in years 1, 2, and 3 would be very interested in having another of these wonderful artworks.
And the battery pack is right under the staircase, so all you need to do
is
flip a switch.
You want to talk about the Yeti?
Absolutely. Who doesn't love a Yeti cooler?
This one's better.
This one, I'm not going to put it on because I've been running around all day, but this one is a backpack. So if you're a hiker, you can put this on and fill it up, and everything, whether you want it to stay warm, cool. I've had people tell me that they actually have to remind themselves that they're drinking an actual hot cup of coffee when it's carried in a Yeti.
Yeah. You don't have to hike at all. I'd take it to the beach.
And before we let you go from this segment, I absolutely need to highlight another last-minute surprise, which thank you so much to Kamar Aurora and the entire team at ILFE for donating a $100 gift certificate to their clothing line. This is going to spend well, my friends. They are a local Cleveland organization. They are so generous. They have adopted us into their hearts, and we look very forward to working more with them. You are going to see a lot moving forward, and we are very excited to be auctioning this off tonight. Thank you so much to them, and your dogs are super cute. So yes, we have covered our appliances, our dining, our food, our gift baskets, our gift certificates, our memberships, our tickets, everything else.
And we'll be back with the featured
items. And we will
items.
be back with our featured items.
I originally chose WAGS because of this sweet little girl. She was diagnosed with autism at 2, and as a mother, you do anything you can for your kids, no matter what it happens to be. And I hunted high and low for anything that would help her, make her better, besides making funny faces. And I happened to just Google autism, and WAGS popped up, and I started to read, and I thought, oh, how wonderful that would be to have a dog. She was nonverbal at 2, and I didn't know what to do. And actually having a chance to sit down and just talk with Wendy and talk with Sarah was amazing. I remember after the conversation, I'm not a big crier, but I literally cried for 2 hours because it finally made me go, okay, there are so many other people in the world who, there are other moms going through exactly what I'm going through. So I am happy to say that I didn't need a dog for her, but we decided that because other kids did, we decided that this was our charity that we were going to spend our time with and do fun stuff for, and make sure that other kids got puppies that they needed, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know that I chose WAGS. I think WAGS chose me. After talking to Wendy and filling out the application for my daughter to get a dog, they just kind of were stuck with me. They couldn't get rid of me. I knew right away that they were good people, and they were an organization that I not only needed for my daughter and my family, but to give me a sense of purpose again, a sense of purpose outside of playing taxi and going to therapies and specialists, and it gave me something else in life, something that was not only for my daughter, but something that I could own and do for myself.
The mission to WAGS for Kids means to me that it really is a providing something to children of Northeast Ohio, or all of Ohio. It's one of the only nonprofit agencies, I think it is the only nonprofit agency that provides service dogs to children, all the way up to the age of 18. And that's a resource that is really hard to come by, and it's a valuable resource that is very much needed. So to have WAGS for Kids, their mission, providing that service for the entire state is really impactful.
Mission and its connection to the city, and has such an impact, an immediate impact on people. And that's really what drove me and still drives me to stay engaged.
It comes from every direction. You're helping the kid, you're helping the parents, you're helping the schools where the kids go, and they get to interact more with the other kids and the teachers, where the kid might normally be more timid. You're helping the prisoners. The fact that the prisoners are working better as they're training the dogs makes it easier for the people who work in the prisons. It touches people from a lot of different directions.
That, it touches a lot of different places. It's touching kids, it's touching families, it's touching school, it's touching the prison. It's really bringing a lot of people who would never even speak to one another or know each other together.
It really touches those people, and it affects lives dramatically.
You get to see the kids with the dog. You get to see the families once they have the dog, and the benefit that it provides them in the sense of providing services, providing that sense of calm that wasn't there before. And then it's also the ability to see the impact locally on the trainers that we have in the prison system, and providing them a skill set So that's really what drove it home for me and makes me committed to the mission, is that immediacy, having that impact all the way around. You know, it's a 360-degree thing. It's not just giving kids a dog. It's giving people opportunities. It's giving them skills. It's giving them a sense of relief, and being able to see that in an almost real-time fashion.
The need doesn't stop during this crisis.
The need doesn't stop during a crisis.
The need doesn't stop during a crisis.
And neither will we.
And neither will we.
And neither will we. Right, Coley?
Hi, everyone. I know we only have about 2 minutes left before.
Keep talking.
I know we only have 2 minutes left before the auction closes, and so before that happens, I just want to encourage everybody to please put in your last-minute bids. I see we have about 18 items, including this gorgeous Kobe-signed Kobe Bryant piece that still
we were so lucky to find.
We were so lucky to get donated. Thank you so much to Justin Baker for donating this and many items that you will see next time, for just for everything. And we just want you guys to get in those last-minute bids. The auction does close in exactly 30 seconds, so please get in your bids. We have these amazing items. If you do get your bid in at exactly 8 p.m., the auction will extend for another 3 minutes. And until then, we do want to highlight some of these amazing featured items. We have our Kobe Bryant signed jersey. Thank you so much to John Crowley for donating his beautiful house in Chautauqua.
Beautiful.
How good of a time did you have out there?
Wonderful. It's amazing.
It's amazing. We have this beautiful package from OBM for the Browns. You will actually be able to sit in the stadium, 2 tickets, including food and beverage, on November 22nd. Just imagine taking your favorite, we won't tell who, favorite family member to the Browns game on Thanksgiving weekend. That's gratitude right there. We also have a $1,500 shopping spree to Aldi's.
$50 gift cards for Aldi's. You could buy groceries for the year.
It's just amazing. And for everybody who has chosen to give through our Fund a Need, we just can't be more grateful. Thank you so much to Teresa Orski for once again donating her Napa package. It really is good through 2022, so no matter what happens in the next 12 months, please know that your bids are safe with these items. We have made sure of that. And again, thank you so much to Tito's for donating that gorgeous Traeger grill that is Wi-Fi enabled. So once again, you get to talk to your appliances. So these are absolutely gorgeous items, and it is 8:01. So with the raffle somewhat closed, I just want to thank everybody. The amount that we have raised this year includes sponsorships that were donated at the beginning of the year. It includes people that have found us along the way. It includes those Fund a Need donations that you made before we even begun, as well as those bids that you submitted tonight. Altogether, that amount is $31,716. And frankly, during a year when everybody is having such a hard time, I couldn't be more grateful. We are an organization that survives step by step and moment to moment and community member to community member, and I could not be more proud to say that every single supporter of ours, how many supporters of ours are not just locally owned and operated?
I couldn't answer
But
that.
they're all small organizations, and it's amazing. So for everybody who donated to the Fund a Need ahead, we like we promised, we put some raffle tickets in for you to win this amazing lotto board. This is $100. 101 of lottery tickets. And who's going home with it?
I have no idea.
Oh, Lorna, we have a meeting on Monday morning, my dear.
You'll have to bring it.
You just won this. Thank you. Thank you, Lorna Wisham, and thank you, First Energy Foundation, for supporting us all year round. We really appreciate you, and congratulations and
Bid, bid, bid.
congratulations.
Thanks for everything.
To all of our all of our supporters, all of our winners, and just everyone tonight. We could not be more grateful. Just so you know, just because the bidding has closed does not mean the donate button doesn't still work.
It works.
It works.
We need you.
And we need you. So thank you for everything. And did you have anything that you wanted to say?
Good night.
I love you. I love you. And thank you.
And kindness in supporting this amazing organization. And you know the holidays are coming. Maybe you can share what you know about WAGS with your friends and encourage them to include this organization on their donation list. Hopefully next year we'll be able to have this event together. But until then, please stay well and continue to share your kindness. Good night, everyone.